Aries, hi, how are you? We're doing your place in the universe. I don't pretend to know what it is fully. It's only going to be a glimpse. A lot of it will be your job to connect the dots, of course. So let's just jump in and do, I have 3 oracle decks, this one, and 1 tarot deck to explore the theme here. I am presence, light body activation, accessing the divine within. You know, the I am affirmations are super, super powerful. Being Aries, you do consider the I as pretty important. Whether people see you as self-centered or, you know, who cares? But you are very often interested by the things that you do, for what reason, but it ties in with your place in the universe. You want to know and you want to be conscious of what it is that you are here for. I think it usually matters a lot to you, specifically to Aries. Maybe in a more personal way, I guess is better said. Let's draw some more. What is this one? Starseed, no way. It says, what lights you up? And this one was light body activation. The Starseed, I mean, come on. That's a big contract. Let's pull the tarot, because Starseed is such a vast definition, I guess. I guess what I mean is, it doesn't, although there's a generic definition, I think when it comes to Starseed, I think there's a multitude of ways people see that, especially when it comes to how it operates or how it is done, and and a bunch of cards fell as I said that, because I'm thinking about your unicity, right? Your uniqueness, I should say. Excuse me, your uniqueness is what I meant to say. So I think it's very variable in terms of definition, because one starseed is not the next one. That's what I mean. Okay, you have 6 cards here. I'm using the Bosch Tarot, which is Bosch being a painter from the 15th to the 16th century. He basically lived on half of the 15th into the 16th century. So the drawings are not necessarily human characters, and they're like weird landscapes. Let me show you. The 10 of Cups. The Ace of Wands, it's in reverse, but I'll show you the card. As you can see, it's weird. You get Justice. You get the Stars, It's plural in this deck. It's interesting because I'm going to show you something. In English, it's the star, and then under in French, it's les étoiles is plural. So I don't know if it's a mistake in translation or if there's a reason, but let's think it, let's maybe take a note of that, right? The Four of Wands. And the Ace of Pentacles. You have two aces. I want to point out that although the Ace of Wands is in reverse, because of the question that we're looking at, I might decide to analyze the card like globally, right? Like all of its meanings and not just like looking at it like because it's in reverse. Well, for me, the first thing that stands out are the two aces, of course, but also the two major arcanas, because you have Justice, which is about equality, and you have the Star, which for me is an Aquarian energy. And with that in mind, I feel that it's really about wanting justice and things to be fair. Like, for instance, universally, right? So being your place in the universe, I think you're interested in questions that relate to, let's say, racism, inequalities, or about, you know, resources in general, whether it's access to water as much as earning money. All of those big questions that are still not solved to this day, right? Although there's many efforts from many people to bridge those gaps, there's not really, I mean, they're still there. And in some places, they're quite drastic. So part of the place you choose to operate as a starseed is bringing justice to the world. It could take on so many forms, right? You could participate in, how do you call those organizations? Like, I'm thinking about Médecins Sans Frontières, which is in English, it's Doctors Without Borders or something like that. I don't know the English name. You know, like humanitarian organizations. As much as it could be just participating in your local community, no matter through which structure you engage with people, or at least wanting for people to be inspired, to have hope, to have a better life. I think that's really, really important. You know, you profoundly believe in happiness. Ten of Cups here is, as much as it's your own, it's if you're happy, you want others to be happy. I think that's super important. There's a lot of reciprocity because of the Justice card. Like, you don't want to feel that there's inequalities or as less as possible. I mean, it's incredible because in terms of how much you want people to be happy, you have both the Four of Wands and the Ten of Cups. So imagine your end, how can I say, not your, yeah, your mission. I was going to say end goal, but it's really your mission is about creating happiness, stability for people, but mostly a happy life, happy home, a place where people will feel safe, that they'll have everything that they need, they'll feel contained. It's really striking here. And you have an Ace of Wands, it was in reverse, right? But, and the Ace of Pentacles. So you're someone that starts things. You enjoy doing things from the ground up. Maybe you're a settler. And I mean, I say settler because I mean, we have an energy of the Four of Wands. And so for me, settlers are people that you might have built humanitarian camps, or, you know, you might even be someone that is a constructor. Is that how you say? Like, yeah, people that build homes and literally, like, maybe you even physically have done that. And if not, it's about making sure it gets done. But the Ace energy, it's not just startups. It's funny. There's something else here that I'm not grasping. That's strange. I'm not able to grasp it. It's very elusive. I think it has to do with the fact that the Ace of Wands is in reverse. There's something about accountability. It's really strange because the reading is extremely positive. You're a starseed and you know exactly what you want to do. It's very precise. It's been very precise in terms of your place in the universe about a particular mission and how you do it or why you do it. But there's something elusive. I mean, you're the starter. You're the person that creates it, that actually builds it up, right? But there's an elusive energy. It's almost like, I guess it's because you started and then you remove yourself. Like you're not there for the long run with the Ace of Wands. You sort of walk out fairly early in the process. Like you get it done, like you get it started and then you quickly remove yourself. Very elusive. It's maybe it's not full accountability because I think you really care here. There wouldn't be justice in the Star card. You wouldn't be an inspiration to others if you didn't have the particular, I guess, engagement. But you don't really, as much as you create stability for others and happiness on the Ten of Cups and stability on the Four of Wands, you don't stick around. And it's a very Aries energy when you think about it, because Aries wants to move on to the next project, I mean, and maybe it's also because there's many people that you want to get to in terms of creating this fairness, this equilibrium, this stability, this, you know, this happiness for people and making sure that they're safe and cared for. Look, it's so funny. On this card, like this, there's like a protection, and I said they want to feel safe. It's funny. Let's draw one last card out of a different deck. This one. It didn't really flip, but it came out enough that it was my prompt. La grâce, grace. The keywords are, parure is something that you like, well, not necessarily jewelry, but it's something that you use to make prettier, I guess. It says elegance. Yeah, mise en évidence de la beauté means to put beauty forth and to make it more, to put emphasis on beauty. The exterior as being a reflection of the interior, which is beautiful. Charisma, vanity, and self-expression. So it's number 22. But on this card, you know, we spoke of creating beauty, creating happiness and stability. I think you could add beauty in this case. But let's focus maybe on grace, you know, as giving grace or being graceful yourself, right? It's also, grace is about kind of allowing abundance, right? If you're being graced, somehow you're privileged, or you're being, it's a little bit like saying you're being given something. And in this reading, the way you are getting involved in what you choose to create here for the world and humanity in general, it's almost like you're giving grace. I don't know if you're religious or if you have any inclination in that respect, no matter what that is. It doesn't have to be religion, but it could be, let's say, spirituality at large. You believe in grace, you believe in that connection of with the divine, right? Wasn't that? Yes, accessing the divine within. But anyway, you know, the I am, the I, right, is the ace energy. You have two aces. I think that's really important. And what's really striking here, I think I'm on the money when I say that, you know, sorry, this, I grabbed it wrong, but it was upright. So one is the Ace of Wands is reversed, the Ace of Pentacles is upright. What I want to show you is how your presence, how you bring in the money, start the project, or at least, let's say it's not money, it's the resources I was telling you about, to make sure that everybody has something to eat, water, electricity, whatever it is, right? Just a happy home, like a safe place. But you don't stay. So it's interesting that your presence, I come back to that. The Ace of Wands is in reverse because you don't stay, or not that long, because your mission is ongoing. And it's a little bit like the, you know, grace, when you think about it, being in a state of grace, it's like happiness in itself, right? It's very elusive. It's a moment, it's a state of mind. It's not something you can grasp to. It doesn't it's not a destination. It has this sort of elusiveness to it, I guess. Anyways, I hope something resonated. Do like the video if you did enjoy it. Share, of course, subscribe. I'll see you soon. Good night.